You need 10 songs about being a strong woman in your life. I got a record for you. Suzi Quatro, Freedom. Hey group, welcome to Extract Corner. I'm your host, Richard May. 75 years old, on a major label. Since when do I review anything from a major label? Me? Jeez. It's been ages since I've done that. And there's definitely major label money, but you got 3 videos. It's well produced, promoted like crazy. It just, you have to remember, for any Americans watching this, see, in America, Suzi Quatro is a cult figure. She's not a major star in the States. I know in the rest of the world, she is. 55 million records, absolutely. You know, even though she is a Native American, no, I didn't mean it like that. She is American born in Detroit, which will come up in a minute. She immigrated to England to become a star, during the glam rock era, and hasn't really looked back since. So this record is a triumph for Suzi. It absolutely kicks your ass. It's a touch commercial. It's a major label record, for Pete's sake. Can't be that heavy. But it is, just great writing. Got 2 cover songs. But the 10 originals by Suzi, with the lyrics reflecting, 75 years on, and she's about to turn 76. She, like she did 50 years ago plus, takes no guff. And the thing is, in America, we only know Suzi for being on Happy Days, as a foil to the Fonz. Is that the right term? She played the little sister of Fonzie's girlfriend, Pinky. And of course, Suzi was leather, since Suzi likes wearing leather. And that's what we know her for. She only had 1 hit in America. And it was a ballad, which of course is wrong. But yeah, Suzi did her ballads. And she had 1 hit in America after her 7 appearances on Happy Days. And she did a duet ballad with someone who everyone forgot about. Sorry if you have a career, Chris Norman, but yeah. So, Suzi, major star everywhere else. In America, cult. Yeah, we hear the cover songs of Can to Can. And when we read about the glam rock era, they talk about Suzi. But Suzi never quite broke through in America. it's a flat world now with the internet and all that. So it's a great record. No ballads. Just rocks. Rocks, kicks your butt. I shouldn't say kick your butt. In the sense that it rocks and it is quite good and quite strong. And I kept 3 songs. One song that has a video, Little Miss Lovely, which has a Suzi Quatro action figure, kicking butt. The other song I kept was Take It or Leave It. And I had to keep her version with Alex Cooper. Alex Cooper drops by for Kick Out the Jams, Mother Lovers, because I had to. Yeah. There's also a video for Freedom, the lead track, the title track. I really like it. Didn't quite make it as a keeper for my YouTube music likes later. They incorporated a little bit of Little Richard, The Girl Can't Help It, into background vocals from the band. And that was pretty good touch there. And a nice video touch of Suzi in the car and younger Suzi on a motorcycle. You get the idea. Suzi on a motorcycle holding hands, the young and the older Suzi, through special effects, holding hands, running down the highway. So a nice cover going down. A lot of people don't care for cover songs, but she does going down very nicely. You understand the lyrics. Suzi enunciates her lyrics. So you don't need a lyric sheet, boys and girls. You know what she's talking about. And what she's talking about is don't mess with her. There's been a theme for Suzi for 50 years now. Here's your boots, which kind of reminds me of Nancy Sinatra's big hit. These boots are made for walking, but it's different. And darn, it's a good record, even if it is a major label release. She did with her son, Richard, and she is from Detroit. She lives in England, been living in England forever, years, since she immigrated to break through in the glam rock era more than 50 years ago. And she's been working consistently. Don't go, oh, this is just one record major. No, she's been releasing records every couple years, the last 8-10 years. I really want it. I know I can go find it if I really want to hear it. But I went asking, because somehow I learned about her with a supergroup where she had Andy Scott. Yeah, Andy Scott. I'm looking at my notes here. Andy Scott from Sweet on guitar. Suzi is a bass player. You know, she's not just a pretty girl, you know, singing by herself. No. She plays bass, and Don Powell from Slade was on drums for an album called Quatro, Scott, and Powell in 2017. Man, I wanted that thing. But of course, my record store couldn't get it. I think with a major label, I think you can get this in America. I hope so. So, good salad record. All killer, no filler. And let me touch on Kick Out the Jams here. You know, I do own one Suzi Quatro DVD of a live set. I couldn't get through it because it was a bit of a Vegas show. And it I'm sure it's fine. I wasn't in the mood. One of these years I may try to watch it again, knowing I'm going to watch like a Las Vegas type of show. And people seem to love it. Fine. And so on this, you know the original Kick Out the Jams by the MC5. In my book, that is the most dangerous song ever, especially for 1968. This is before Led Zeppelin, before Black Sabbath. If you get that rhythm guitar right, and you scream well enough, like the original Kick Out the Jams by the MC5, it's dangerous. It's dangerous today. And of course, the intro, Kick Out the Jams, Mother Lover. I'm censoring, of course. So between that intro, and there's a speech before you get to the intro, but of course on the record you only get a snippet maybe. But if you get the full talk about revolution, brothers and sisters, we need some revolution today, don't we? And of course it ends with Kick Out the Jams, Mother Lovers. And then that rhythm guitar follows soon after in a downbeat. You know, with Suzi, I know what the lyrics are now. I never clearly heard the lyrics to Kick Out the Jams until Suzi and Alice take their turn at it. Nothing about politics. It's just about rocking and rolling and kicking ass. And in 68, that was a revolutionary song. Just is. Suzi kind of does what Dolly Parton did with her record Rockstar. Yeah, that is doing you a bit of shtick. And I don't mind shtick to a point. I kept the song after all. I love the song. I love their version. Suzi and Alice. They did well. But when I describe the song, what they did, it's going to sound lame. You know, and you'll see the video for it. You know, the bleep out Mother Lover in the video. Alice responds to the exasperated grandfather voice of Suzi. Yeah, in that style, Suzi. And then they get into the song. And it's rocking. Doesn't quite match the original. Few people match the original Kick Out the Jams. instrumentally. It's difficult to match. You gotta get that rhythm guitar exactly right. And the vocal. But it's pretty good. It's okay. You know, it rocks pretty good for a shtick version of the song. And, you know, good. Then Alice joins in. So, you know, Suzi does it first. You know, Alice comes in. And, you know, and then when you get near the end of the song, it breaks down. Alice sings Can to Can. Suzi responds with School's Out Forever, you know, exchanging each other's hits to each other. And then it goes back to the song and ends. And that sounds kind of lame, you know? Yeah, now, you listen to the record version, they do not bleep out Mother Lover. That's in there. It's on the video. And of course, you even blur out her mouth so you can't even read her lips for Mother Lover. Yeah, it sounds kind of lame. Except Alice. Alice absolutely brings it. Even through the beginning of the video, Alice is late, Alice walks in, you know, oh, I had to learn the song. I mean, I guess, you know, when you're singing the song, you have to learn it. You actually learn the song, not just listen to it a couple times. So fine, he did not know the song. When Alice sings this song, is a revelation about Alice's vocal ability. Period. Let alone this stage of life. He brings it. Alice does bring it. And elevates the song. Not quite to the danger level of the original. But, yeah. Alice brings it. And it makes it completely worthwhile to listen to it. What Alice brings to it. I do kind of like the shtick at the beginning. And there's more shtick at the end. You know, in the video, you know, they're walking off and Alice is talking about is still his hair. A little bit of dye, I'm sure. I'm not as old as Alice. It's great, boys and girls. Alice ain't great. And, you know, fine. You know, doesn't come across like that Dolly Parton record. You know, when she was about to be inducted in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, and I was like, well, I better do a rock and roll record then. And it was 70s variety show stick. That's what Dolly Parton's rock star record is. It's just shtick. Except for Night Moves. Just know, boys and girls, Dolly Parton is on the market. She's single. I think we gave her enough time. Her husband died. She's single. And you listen to her do Night Moves, Bob Seger's song, Night Moves. Ooh. Ow. But I digress. It's a fine record. Even for a major label, it's a fine record. It's not that compromised. You know. Oh, maybe it'd been nice to have a little bit more edges to the music, but it's good. It has plenty of edge. And it's good for the women in your life. That strong, independent woman that's kicking your ass right now. she will like this record. Even without the women in your life. You, my 95% male audience, may well like the new Suzi Quatro record. I mentioned, Suzi splits her time between various parts of the world. As a German husband, time in Germany, time in England. She's mostly in England. And she still spends time in Detroit, I read. Good hard rock record. If I did not make that clear, it is a hard rock record. Not the hardest rock record you'll have this year. It is a touch commercial. But it's not glam rock. Do not accuse it of being glam rock. It's not. It is a commercial hard rock record, as a major label would like it. Production and the mix is fine, great. No ballads. Great for mixed company. It is here on YouTube. And anything to offend anyone. Other than it's the MC5. Bring the revolution, mother lover. That may offend some people down the road. Tough. So, and of course, even if you bleep it out, but on the record, it's not bleeped out. They say I'm the one censoring. You know what I mean when I say mother lover. I owe that to the late great Red Fox. Red Fox, the black pioneering stand-up comic. On his last sitcom, he wanted to say the real mother lover word. And of course, CBS, American television, would not allow that. So Red, fine. I'm going to say mother lover instead, which is literally what he said. It was mother lover. As a substitute for the word that we know and love, that YouTube objects to. And so that's where I get substituting mother lover for the other wonderful word about mothers that we know and love. It comes from Red Fox. Is that everything I gotta say? It's a good record. It's on YouTube. Check it out. If you like this video, give it a like. Subscribe to Action Rock Corner. Ring the notification bell. And listen. Suzi Quatro, freedom. Yes, America, she has a career in music. Not just 7 episodes of Happy Days that you saw. I think I even read she has a manor in England. Okay? She made a couple bucks to have a manor in England. Manors ain't cheap. You understood what I said? Manor, as in big old house. Big house. Not as big as a castle. I didn't look it up. Manor is kind of smaller than a castle, right? But it's bigger than a house. Do I remember right? It's a good sized darn place. Maybe a little bit of land around it. Get that riding lawnmower out and some help to mow it. I digress again. For the latest in action rock, high energy rock, garage, punk, psych, psychobilly and industrial sometimes, and anything really rocks. We'll have it here for you, Action Rock Corner. And of course, classic legacy bands. And Suzi Quatro counts for legacy, even if America missed out largely. They just remember her from Happy Days. That's all they know. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you again soon.